Alright, you're back. Division D again. We are on the East Coast. We have Church of Murky playing against Distillery. So, both of these teams have been playing in the last Distillery Invitational. I have actually no idea how it went. Should have probably researched that to be like professional and everything, but I did not. So here we are. What I can provide you over is that this is gonna be a good game. Let's have a look here on the current standings, and we see Church of Murky and Distillery second and third place, right behind who calculated to throw. So this is gonna be fun tonight. So one of these teams gonna make a nice jump forward, and well, if Distillery wins it all tonight with a domination, they can share first place with 2 calculated to throw. If they get a 2-1, they at least get right behind 2 calculated to throw and in front of Church of Murky, and for Church of Murky, they get the domination or the 2-1. Be sitting at top, maybe shared, maybe not. So we have both teams sitting in the lobby. Good, I don't see any substitutions here tonight, so we'll see both teams at full strength. Quick overview over the map picks and bans here. So we see a couple of bans here on Outer Rock and Cursed Hollow by Church of Murky, Battlefield of Eternity and Sky Templar being taken out by Distillery, and a first pick by Distillery on Tomb of the Spider Queen. And one team is ready, we're waiting for a second. In the meantime, I present to you my nice gear cam, going with the times. Like, everybody has pet cams, so bringing it to the next level here through interaction. All right, we have both teams ready. Let's go. And here we are, Tomb of the Spider Queen. First ban in the hand of Church of Murky. Both of these teams, well, I'm not sure how often I casted Church of Murky, but I have casted Distillery quite a few times, I think. And because of the Invitational, which I just love to cast in. So, first ban here is Rainer. And I have my stats ready for you people, so have a look at Rainer, who is the first ban here. Oh my. In Division D has a win rate of 76%, and that's Division D overall, West and East. Let me see, Calf Without being banned out, target ban against the dude, that of Church of Murky. You all know and love the Calf Wizard, and still don't want to have any of it. And Uruk being taken out next? I wouldn't be surprised to see him pretty high in that win rate too. Super popular tank right now, 66% win rate. Very involved in the game. Diablo being banned out of here. Tomb of the Spider Queen are certainly a good tank to have. Lots of souls available, killing and squashing all these little spiders. Now let's see what's the first pick on the side of Murky. The dude goes ahead and picks the Orpheer before any more target bans could come in here by Distillery. The bit actually on the Calfrosi and Ankle Shot, providing us with Johanna. And I think Johanna's stats are also pretty insane when it comes to popularity, but actually not that high in win rate. Look at that, pick rate 51%, win rate 46. Oh. See if Distillery can rectify these numbers a little bit. Garrosh coming out here to get the runners. I like it. See how they're gonna handle it on the side of Zul'jin Distillery. So Malfurion would be a kind of obvious pick here. In combination with the Garrosh. They're gonna go with the Arthas ban instead. Targeting the Soul Lane here. Redbeard. Giving us the second last ban. Craft. Garrosh less popular than Johanna, but more successful. What's it gonna be? Also Stukov. Now I think that's a pretty good choice. We recently tried this on our own. And we figured out that Stukov is a pretty good counter against Garrosh. Just throw down there, wherever he puts the throw. And you get a lot of silenced heroes on the enemy team. And when making his appearance here now. Give him a Leoric. A Cowboy Kyle. Andrin, the latest hero, I think. So tomorrow we will have a new hero. What do I think of that? We get another hero, and actually Andrin pretty low percentages across the board here in Division D. So Distillery, they don't care. They play what they want to play. And ball comes into the backline now. So probably if we follow our group, besides that, not much to work with for Garrosh here. After the throw, there will be a root, and that's pretty much it. Refresh. Getting this, the solo lane is covered, so probably getting some auto attacker kind here, or maybe a melee assassin. No, it's gonna be Hanzo. Has his own escape. Can chunk Garrosh from far. Probably a good idea. I don't see any swaps happening here. Look. It's alright. So which comp do you like better? Chat. Dear chat. What do you like better? I see you're here. Welcome everybody. Roy. Will be a cam. To turn off now. Oh, I should have probably made some and here we go. Oh, we started with red, so over to blue. And in the blue, it is Redbeard on that Thrall, Brian on Sylvanas, Gully on Bite Shock on Garrosh, and the dude playing Ophir. On the other side, in the red, D-Bit playing Kalthos, Ankle Shot on Johanna, Be Fresh on Hanzo, Cowboy Kyle on Leoric, and Anduin being played by Ladder. When it comes to wave clear, looks pretty even to me. Both teams have the obligatory mage. Kalthos can clear it super quick, Ophir can clear it super quick, Sylvanas can clear it also pretty quick, so maybe a slight advantage here on the side of Church of Murky. But I wouldn't bet on it. Oh wow, what's my observer doing? Oh no. How did that happen again? This was supposed to be fixed since the last cast. I don't know what's happening here. So we're gonna fix that towards the next game. Until then it will look a little bit ugly. Let's have a quick look at the talents here, because they are taking like half the screen. We see Echo of the Elements on the Thrall. Down here in the solo lane, there is absolutely nothing happening down there. Globe Quest. On KT, no convection of course. Emergency build. White Mage. Longer throw on Garrosh. That one is interesting. It might actually make sense because there's no follow-up CC. Maybe you can compensate a little bit by throwing them a little bit harder. Here comes David, actually gets thrown and it's still in range by the knockup by Garrosh. Quick pick here by Shock and perfectly executed by the rest of the team. KT, the first one to fall, first blood on the side of Church of Murky. See what they can do with it. With the main wave clear now being gone on the enemy team. Hanzo's gonna be thrown in, but he has a jump on his own. So he makes it out of there. The Church of Murky continue their rotations. We do it a little bit low on mana, but with picking up some globes, I think he will be just fine. Ankle shot, seeing rotation coming in here, doesn't need to worry about any throws or something. Because it's Johanna. Also, a lot of gems being centered around Ankle shot here on that Johanna, which is probably the safest bet you can have here. Ankle shot actually trying to turn in, there should be an interrupt. No, gets it in. 16 gems at the bank of the Zul'jin Distillery. Both team keeping a 4-man rotation up here. As I said before, on the bottom lane there's not really much happening. Redbeard is getting pushed in a little bit here by Leoric, but he also made it happen to turn his gems in. So we have 12 on the bank on the side of Church of Murky. And the love is being spread here by between Shock and Orion. So both teams still doing the 4-man rotation. When it comes to talents, we just see continuing the Q build here on white main. Wait a second. A little bit of a brawl happening here in the middle. And both teams disengage. Very disciplined game so far, and we see both teams turn in ready. In theory, it's just about who can make it happen. The solo laner on the side of Judge Mercury has turned in. Shock, trying with a throw in here, gets a minion only. Eats a lot of return damage. And he has still 18 gems. And now we have seen Cobalt turning in, which pushes the gem count to 34 on the side of Zul'jin Distillery. Be fresh with a jump over the wall, but Shock is right after him. And does he have a throw available here? No, he does not. Probably be used before Be Fresh makes it out of there. Takes a tap, takes a zip, and it's gonna be back to full health basically, because he's Hanzo. He has like 10 hit points. Doesn't need much to keep him alive. And Zul'jin Distillery 4 gems short only, and David is currently doing the turn, and this looks like it's gonna happen. Red Weavers are coming down. Join the red ones in battle, you heard it. And Zul'jin Distillery, they opt for the top lane. There's a little bit of damage done here from previous waves. Ankle shot anchoring that play. And it looks like Judge of Murky, they take out the middle first, sacrificing a couple of the towers on the top, but might be actually a lot, because this fountain is dead too, and the spider hasn't even been touched so far. Block with a throwaway on the Johanna. Making some room for his team to come in here, but Ankle Shot, he doesn't care. Goes in! And with a massive slow on that Orpheus, gets a kill. Shock, very low, is getting dragged back in by Johanna. That's a lot of gems on the floor here. Big Ollie is trying to save Rose. And with 0 mana on that Might Main. This is pretty rough right now. Orion takes a living bomb. And this spider pushes all the way to the front wall of his keeper. I mean, this is massive value for Zul'jin Distillery on their home map here with this first turn-in. And even that triggers the spider, now falls in the end. We almost get the fountain here too in the top lane. In the meantime, Cowboy Kyle, I mean, consider this was only a 4-man push. Cowboy Kyle had been sitting in the bottom lane the whole time and pushed that one in too. So almost a 3-4 play for Zul'jin Distillery. Redbeard and Cowboy Kyle, yeah. Duking it out still in the bottom. Cowboy Kyle with a ghost walk away of here. Garrett's looking for something, but I mean, it's Leoric. But what are you gonna expect? Yeah, also level 10s are being locked in. By Judge of Murky, we see Phoenix and Tomb. That's Light Bomb, Blessed Shield, and the Dragon's Arrow. So that, in ultimates alone, that is a very long stun chain. You see on the side of Zul'jin Distillery, and that will hit like a truck if all of them press R. And here we see it happen, but the into the fray on Orion saves him. However, Whitemane has to fall instead because of the Entomb. And now, I mean, if you have to choose between Whitemane and Sylvanas, you probably want to sacrifice that Whitemane here, because Sylvanas can enhance that push a little bit here. Here comes the throw in on Johanna. The gate is down, however. Nice drag by Andrew, but it was not enough. Here comes now a taunt on Let It Star. Refresh is in trouble too. Hanzo, oh, he does not make it out. Warfare with the auto attack kill on Hanzo. That is suddenly 2 kills here, and it might be a third. Oh, the stun misses, but Andrew still falls in the end over the wall by the dude. Showing off his Orpheus skills here. They get 3 kills, and that is very much needed because they need to get some good value from this first turn-in on their side. But it looks like they're gonna get a 4-tier. Top lane is still alive. Might get some extra value up there too. So this fort is gonna fall for sure. Even the Phoenix cannot prevent that. Everybody back on the board right now, and they are making a rotation into the top lane. If we see a big team fight happening here, and one team annihilating the other, we might see a boss play afterwards. But wait a second, here's the Entomb, but a lot of stuns. The dude is in the middle of everything. Where's the town on Cowboy Kyle? The gets the kill on Leoric. Ankle Shot is very low too, and living bombs are everywhere. Church of Murky, they're trying to escape. Orion gets healed by Whitemane. That was a pretty close goal. Garrosh falls, so it's a 2-for-1 in the end. 6-4 kills in total. And Church of Murky, they are back in the game. We are definitely back in the game here. Ronan is here. Hey Ronan, how you doing? Checking out the competition as always. Oh, no, are you guys even in Div D anymore? Or have you ever been? I don't know. I think you're Div C, right? Anyways. Red Bell viewers are coming down. Zul'jin Distillery. We are looking for a fort of their own here, and that makes it 2-for-1 a number of forts. And Distillery, they make now rotation into the middle. They want the third fort too. So one's killing the top in the meantime. Here comes the Light Bomb. Redbeard. There comes the Entomb. He cannot make it out. Thrall and Whitemane fall here into the Entomb and are getting buried. We still have 2 decent buff weavers in the top and in the bottom lane here. Shock with the into the fray on the dude. saving with Orphea, so we will see this fort probably falling here. And in the meantime, the Wit already makes rotation into the top lane. Orphea cleaning bot. But this top forward, this top keep, this is an important one. This is an important one to save. They are all alive for the defense here. Nice dodge on the flame strike. And Church of Murky, they keep the defense up. So they lose the fort in the middle, but they do not lose the keep in the top lane. Yeah, it's FC. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. They're all friends down here in Div C and D. Where did Orphea go feast? There's nothing to hold enemy team. Good point. I think there's a taunt and maybe a root, and that's pretty much about it. We have a root now on white main, so that might help a little bit. Or launch challenge doesn't last long enough. I know there are people out there who say like you should always go feast because just of the zoning value, and if you don't get lots of damage. But if you pick Orphea, you might as well just pick a little bit more CC. Especially with the Garrosh here. We have Anduin leaving and rejoining the game. Nobody called for a pause, so I think we are fine. And it looks like Zul'jin Distillery, we are checking here on the boss. The level 16 advantage is not there quite yet. No team has the turn in. And we will have the level 16s being locked in now on the side of Zul'jin Distillery. Are we gonna use this before we engage here? Cowboy Kyle is stepping forward. He gets an entomb on the Orphea, and we have a Thunder with the anti-synergy with Feast. Orphea is getting deleted, but on the other side, Cowboy Kyle will die here too. Leoric is dead. This is 2 for 1. Ankle shot. Can he make it out of there? Oh, it's a bloodbath. 3 for 2. A lot of gems on the ground, I think. Zul'jin Distillery definitely had the better outcome of this fight because they did not lose any gems. They got a kill more. It's not enough to go for boss, but it's definitely enough to get a turn in. And you know, they might even wait until everybody is back up before they complete this turn in here. Yeah, and these, we had the synergy you just mentioned, we saw it happening here. Oh, there comes the root by Whitemane. They are on the Auric. It seems like he has no ghost form available, but there comes the drag by Anduin, the throw back by Shock. He was reading that. He was like, oh yeah, that's Anduin. He wants to save him, but I'm just gonna walk after Anduin. The Feast as a zoning tool here on the ground. The Earthquake, Thunder, sorry, also being used, and they find themselves a Hanzo in the boss pit. Frog is being zoned out by the Phoenix, and this is 2 clean kills this time on the side of Church of Murky. And this is something they need here. So they basically get a free clear top lane, but they still have some work to do here in the bottom and in the mid. And they don't care even. With 1 man down, they still push in here in the middle. And they do get the keep in the bottom. Because they kept Judge Murky busy. And Judge Murky now being 2 keeps down, it's not looking great for them. Only 1 forward down on the side of Zul'jin Distillery. So they basically have to come back into this game through winning more team fights. Because map pressure is totally against them. Zul'jin Distillery, they're gonna opt for the boss here, and I don't see how. Or maybe Church of Murky can make it in time here. Ankle shot, doing his best to keep people away from the boss. The boss is actually being picked up right now. Here comes the throw in on Shahana. I mean, she delayed for long, but she paid for it in the end. Building a wall and paying for it, it's herself. So if Johanna dead, it looks like all this did was actually taking the boss off the map. And there's another invade happening here for Social Distillery who are looking for value by this play. They find it in this camp. And probably in the bottom camp too. Social Distillery on their way to level 20. Shadow Murky on their way of getting a turn in. Orion sitting on 56 stacks actually. The camp semi-alive here in the middle lane, and Shadow Murky are on their way. Clean that out. So, how much can they get with this turn in? I'm not sure. It will basically give them some map control back, but like all these catapults, all these minions, the map weavers have to walk through. I wouldn't be surprised if like none of these map weavers actually ever make contact with the enemy towers. Level 20s are so close for Social Distillery right now. Let's see what we get here. Buried Alive, Flamethrower, Day of a Game, Desperate Prayer on Andrin with little ancestral healing he can get. And Blinded by the Light. Basically, shield for everybody. Storm Shield. It's called Storm Shield. Judge of Murky, they need level 20 here. And they need it before Social Distillery can find them, but they have found them. And here comes the Feast as a Sonic group, but the Buried Alive hits too. Redbeard in trouble, but has the self heals for a while. But not long enough. Lightbomb takes him out in the meantime. The dude is falling here in the enemy backline. And actually, he might make it out. He's dodging as much as he can dodge. He falls in the end. So that's 2 for nothing. The level 20 is being used here by Social Distillery, and now they are making their march towards the enemy keep here. The last one standing in the mid lane. So what are the defensive tools? Sylvanas is here, Garrosh is here, White Mane, so they do have a lot of hit points and free healing behind it. But Sylvanas has to do some big work here to make this defense happen. There are catapults already on the core. 75% here. These catapults keep hitting. Johanna is dead. Leoric is dead. It looks like Social Distillery might actually leave. Be Fresh jumps over the core. Tries to get some extra damage in here, but he will probably die. 2 Sylvanas. This score is at 44%. We have the first respawn coming in 3 seconds. I think this defense is gonna happen here, but there are still catapults in the bottom. No, this is so close. 50% now. Andrin and Kel'Thas, they are trying with the long range damage of Kel'Thas. Kel'Thas dies, however, 5%, 3% on the score. What's happening, people? Oh my, and they might get Legistar here too. Oh, Leoric. Leoric is gonna respawn. Leoric is gonna respawn on the enemy core. Kai, he's trying for it. Can they take him out in time? If they can. So, will Kai just keep doing this for the rest of the game? Or... will Church of Murky be alert? Exactly 60 gems now available for Church of Murky. I mean, talk about making a tough comeback happen. The boss is actually up in 2 seconds. Oh, that turn did not happen in the end. I mean, honestly, Zul'jin Distillery, they could just go boss and or just fake boss, and like either they get it, or the fight will take so long that they just get core by minions. Like what are they gonna do on the side of Church of Murky? Like, my call would be just go to the boss area. Don't take it, just be there. Oh, be fresh. Is in trouble, he gets to jump over the wall, but Garrosh doesn't get it, he throws him right back in. Hansel is dead now, and this is a problem. Because now obviously you can't do boss anymore. This will be a turn, and on the side of Church of Murky. And they still have a camp in the mid lane. So they can actually push this, and this is also the lane which is missing a fort, so they do not need to care about core for a minute here. But if they find a kill, they could actually win the game here. However, KT, one of the best defenders in the game. David has to make some work happen here with a long range flamethrower, the Fury of Sunbell, second explosion. That's a pretty good zoning element here. Phoenix will also be back up in 3 seconds. We will see all ultimates being up in 5 seconds. Hanzo, he will have a player of the game available as soon as he respawns, basically. Here comes the zoning tool, the Phoenix. Can they go through this keep? Actually, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care about this keep. Okay, here's the pause. Yeah, this is a bad time to lose your player. What the fuck was Hanzo doing? This is kinda nuts. Game of Thrones. Yeah. Yeah, it is a 3% core game here. And we see Church of Murky pushing into this keep. And they know they have to end here. I mean, there is no way around it. Not talk to the rest. Alright. Oh, I didn't make myself free. Okay. Keep us down. Core is theoretically available. Kefa's doing his best zoning here. Oh, this is... Rock is looking for something. He's looking for a throw, but he might actually gone a little bit too deep. Here comes the Buried Alive on the dude. And with the concerted effort of Whitemane and Garrosh actually stays alive. Johanna is falling now. This is 2 for 1. Brawl is dead on the side of Church of Murky. They are running because they are pretty low. And Kelfas, Kelfas takes forward David with the mana shield, but the throw, and here comes the light bomb. Oh, David, he's gonna fall. This is a 3-1. And lanes are cleared because of the objective. Church of Murky, they are moving in here. They have no minions, but the next minion wave is coming soon. The 3 people still dead on the side of Zul'jin Distillery. I mean, Church of Murky, they have to go here. They cannot leave. I mean, win here or never. They are falling back. They're falling back to boss. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Like, Whitemane still has no mana. And this could be, yeah, this is gonna be backdoor here. This is gonna be backdoor by Zul'jin Distillery. And we are still busy with the boss. Oh my, this is only a 3% core. I mean, Thrall is already back. I mean, he respawned. Here's the Thunder, and everybody needs to halfstone on the side of Church of Murky. Oh my god, they make the defense happen here. Let us down and be fresh. They are now too far out. I mean, this might be the death sentence. Oh, the mini stun. Hanzo makes it out. Andrew makes it out with an extra movement speed, and they are now moving in. Kelfas is top lane, defending against that boss. Let's have a short look here. This boss is super healthy still. So this is gonna be a 4v5. Kelfas is not here. They find themselves an ankle shot, but Letterstar keeps them out. And nice root by the Whitemane ankle shot. No destructible, so he's gonna fall. Boss is on the core, but in the meantime, the minions take the core. Oh my god, what was this game? What was this game? Wow. Wow. That was nuts. That was just nuts. I'm just seeing it in the 30-second delay, so where are the minions off the core? And it's just over. Oh my. I mean, Church of Murky, they are just doing the chase all the way over the map. In the meantime, bottom lane just takes out the core because, like, nobody split off the deal actually with the catapult. Not like that. Yeah. That was nuts. Like, I feel I would need a break here. But let's keep the show going. Alright, so Switch Distillery, they win their map pick. And let's see what they're gonna. It's now on the side of Church of Murky. I mean, that was devastating for them. I mean, they almost made the comeback happen, right? And then, because of minions, because they just split one person off to deal with these two catapults in the bottom lane, and you're good. You're fine. You win the game. You have boss on core. You just walk in there. You look for a kill with Garrosh, and you're good. And so yeah. But on the other side, also Distillery, they also had it in their hand before. They could have gone and tried for this 3% core. So I'm hearing now, hopefully from Redbeard, gonna be. What a bonkers first game. So Church of Murky, they take the map pick, they bring us to Worldskyer. I need to remember to change my server, whatever reasons. Okay, Worldskyer. Yeah, I just fixed it. I don't know why it switched because I swapped it to Aliops last cut. Never touch it again. Gotta get that Aliops. It's here. Don't you worry. And just if you think like, oh yeah, that was an entertaining game, but is it actually important? Oh, you bet it is important. That was a very important game for me. We are looking at the second versus third here. And takes the win today will have a very good position towards number 1 in the div. Alright. Let's refresh my beer can. People are. I should get sponsorships from breweries. And we are still discussing the game here in lobby chat, and it is Church of Murky who was saying that they did not have enough health to go for core when they had 3 kills in their bank. So So that's why we went for boss. Yeah. I guess you can make a call. I'm not sure. I think I would have to just get it out somehow. I have to try for Cobra. Even if you lose the garage to core shoots, just like just take it down. So I am ready. One team is ready. Waiting for Judge of Murky. So Judge of Murky this time with a map pick. Against Sultan Distillery. Go for it. Oof, I need to calm down a little bit after this last game. Well, let's see, let's concentrate on this draft. With Gaia Foundry, Judge of Murky. They picked it. Here comes the Diablo ban again on the side of Sultan Distillery. Is he good on World Gaia? I guess like he's okay. There are a couple of walls to push people into. He wouldn't be my first pick, but what it is. This is maybe it's a target ban here also. We saw it last game too. And actually Diablo sitting on a very solid win rate when it comes to the game. Rex are now being banned out on the side of Judge of Murky. And then KTZ, the target ban against the dude. Keep it up. Question is, are we gonna ban out the Orphea too? I'm actually not sure what's exactly is the dude's hero pool. I think it is KTZ Orphea Liming. High value around all the mercs and shop points. Some points of contention. Oh yeah. I see it. I mean, I think I'm pretty biased towards him because in my team I only see him losing. Like, doesn't matter if he's on the enemy team or on ours. Alright, Rainer first pick on the side of Zul'jin Distillery. That is Be Fresh. Last game on the Hanzo. So I'm opting for a rifle instead. Johanna Anduin is coming out here, so we take away with Johanna. Had some impact the last game, definitely. Anduin also being taken away here, so a lot of heroes. Swap sides. Jaina's being taken by DeWitt, previously on the Calphas. So I'm curious to see. It's probably because of Rainer. Makes just a better synergy here instead of Calphas. Go for Jaina, get these slows out. There's the Stukov ban. We saw that from before, so it might actually be a target ban. Stukov also bad win rate on him. Maybe it is because of Zul'jin Distillery. Maybe they play him a lot, and obviously they have won a lot of games, otherwise it wouldn't be second or third place. Oh no, we don't ban Diablo, we just kill him. Just here. enemy 60. So that's not it. Alpha's being taken out now. I think we saw that from before, and here comes a dude with Orphea again. This time a little bit more CC in their hands on Johanna alone. And Falstad. It's a pretty small map, still going for Falstad. I mean, these bribes are pretty cool to get these turrets out in a second. All you need is basically one bribe and then a couple of auto attacks to deal with the healing minion. You have a turret in your hand, so you can even risk it on the enemy side. So we're looking here for a healer and a solo lane now on the side of Sultan Distillery. It's gonna be Lyric again and Anna this time. I love Anna on this map. It's so easy to get good value from Anna on these points. And what's gonna be here on the side of Church of Murky? Is it gonna be the Thrall again, or actually? Oh, they go Uther. Okay, that's not your classical solo laner. So double support composition on the side of Church of Murky, giving us something new here. And they're taking a page out of a book from the last Heroic Division finals, where we saw a lot of double support with Uther actually happening. Even main tank Uthers, so I'm interested to see how this one shakes out for him. We also saw a swap, so it's actually Redbeard on the Johanna. So maybe... Is it gonna be an offlane Johanna and the main tank Uther? Might be. I mean, if you're looking at player roles, previous game, this would be it. My pop-up. Wrong game. Here we go. Oh, this is good. This is why you need to have these pop-ups. Alright, in the blue it is Redbeard on Johanna, Orion on Falsa, Bigali on Endo, and Shock on the dude playing Orphea again. On the other side in the red it is Star on Anna, Copper Kyle on Lyric, D Fresh on Reyna, Ankle Shot on the Nuberak, and D Vid on Jaina. And we have a better observer. Cactus is rooting for Church of Murky, but he likes that Sultan Distillery draft. You know, after that crazy first game, I want a 3-game series here tonight. But I'm definitely rooting for Church of Murky here right now. And we actually see Johanna orienting herself into the bot lane. So yeah, it is gonna be main tank Uther and Johanna going into the solo lane against Leoric. Now that's something new. That's something new for sure. But is it good? I'm not so sure about that. Fastest goes for bribes, of course. I would see no other reason to play him actually on this map because it's so small. You don't bribe with him here, why would you ever play him anyways? Both teams immediately going into their turret camps after the 3 waves cleared top mid. This is how you do it. And they pop it roughly the same time. Sultan I find myself a little bit better here back into the 4-man rotation. But Church of Murky, they are now here again too, so teams can continue their 4-man rotations basically. Church of Murky is opting to sacrifice 1 minion in favor of making the 4-man rotation here. Johanna is coming in from the bot lane. Just like dropping by, saying hello, throwing out a blind, and going back into the bottom lane again. We see the ace in the hole on Reyna for the synergy of Jaina. Also rhymes, so why not? Unfortunately, we are getting a little bit ahead here in XP, but might be just a timing issue. Johanna is now actually double soaking into the mid lane, as Church of Murky is splitting Facet off for doing that camp. And we don't see anybody doing that on the side of Zul'jin Distillery so far, so this will be a camp up in favor of Church of Murky. Kyle with a sneaky globe steal here in the bottom lane under the enemy towers. And both teams gonna struggle for point A. Anchor shot, the sole defender so far on this point, has to move out eventually. Now the camp is being popped on the side of Zul'jin Distillery, so when it comes to that, they have an easier clear here. In the meantime, channeling goes in favor of Church of Murky. And Zul'jin Distillery are not wasting any time with like putting one person on the point and trying like a 1v4 or something like that. Now they are just clearing top lane, they are putting some pressure on the map, they are getting the level 7s here, and now they can go in, try to contest over this point with a concerted effort. I think that's always where to play. And Rubrok is diving in here after Bigali. Blizzard is on the field, and Bigali gets low, but he does not fall. And it looks like Zul'jin Distillery is taking control over this point now. Falset is in the top lane. He has the turret. Or is it the bird who has the turret? What's the bird's name? Turret annihilated, but Zul'jin Distillery, they already have a backup plan here in the hands of Diabet, who has the next turret. Oh, some damage coming out here by Orphea on Jaina. Turret is on the point. Orion has Sist still between his wings. Zul'jin Distillery, they take firm control of his pot, and they are not even low. Church of Murky, they have to make a play here. If they want this point, something needs to happen right now. With the Uber and Johanna double tank. They are moving in. Here's the overtime. Cowboy Kyle is getting ridiculously low, but let us keeps him alive. On that Leroy, Uber dies in the end. So first kill in favor of Zul'jin Distillery, but on the other side that means a little bit of extra healing. On the side of Church of Murky, so they are getting control of this point, but Uber is dead. And this turret is basically dead too. Anchor shot is moving in, and he's getting chunked hard and deleted at Uber. That was a little bit too early, and he draws the full attention of Church of Murky and is getting completely blown up, but it did cost them a lot of hit points to get this Anubarak done, and that means they are falling here. Andrew and Johanna, they go down, and this first protector will go in the hands of Zul'jin Distillery. And I mean, it ticked up to 99% for both teams, and it's a pretty late protector. 6 minutes in, almost level 10 already for Zul'jin Distillery. We push away on fast start. They start chunking that wall down, and they go for the fountain, of course. Level 10s are now being locked in on the side of Zul'jin Distillery. We see Cocoon, we see it Entomb, we see a Ring of Frost. Anna holding, Reyna holding. Okay, it's gonna be the Raider and Banana Boost. Giving a Jainer with extra motivation. Level 10's still half a level away for Church of Murky, and they're poking a little bit with his protector on that fort, but they are not gonna get it down. So this is kind of the expected value, I would say. Maybe a little bit more for Zul'jin Distillery. They did get the fountain, they did get a little bit of extra damage on that fort. And Johanna is trying to double soak in the meantime, but I'm not sure it is actually working all that great. compared to Leoric, Johanna's XP contribution is a little bit lower. Even with the attempted double soak, and I mean the result is here in the bottom lane we see towers actually being down. I like the idea, however. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. But maybe with another tank. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Johanna is the best option if you want to make it. Probably yes, the best way of all the tanks. Oh, here comes the light bomb and the fallen sword. This is the combo we are looking for, the infamous combo. And here we go. Letter Star is being jumped upon, and they find themselves the kill. Even Divine Storm coming out. I mean, this is a very, very, very long stun chain between light bomb, falling sword, and Divine Storm. That's a solid 10 seconds or whatever. You cannot move at all. And it worked very nice for them here. They did get the kill on Anna, but also Falsa died in the process. So it is a 1-for-1. And Soldier Distillery is recovering actually. They do get a kill on Uther. Falsa is flying in. He was not seen. Or maybe Refresh had no interest in it. Greeting him. So yeah, of course it is the light bomb falling sword combo here, for which we are going. I completely forgot about it. It's the thing. Our Kyle is being pounced upon here, and that means 3 to 5 kills in the end. Judge of Murky going experimental. And the Hinterland Blast too, so they are working around this combo a lot here. And this is actually a pretty short cooldown. Falling Sword only 50 seconds, Light Bomb only 60 seconds. So you can do that a lot of times. You can just throw it out there, see if it makes something happen. And if not, whatever, just wait a minute and you have it back up again. Over bribes going into the siege camp, I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that one, but this is what it is. Here comes the Entomb by everyone, but he's getting completely deleted. Nice Entomb play here. Bark over Kyle, and that probably means the forward. Should probably mean a forward. Well, it might not mean a forward. What's that in the bottom lane? Does he have another bribe for that forward turret? I'm not sure. He would have. It was not used on the siege camp. Which, in my opinion, always has surprisingly little value. The first one is just too weak, the second one is right below point B, so it usually gets like collateral damage before it can do anything. Healing pots being picked up by Zulch in Distillery, and in the meantime, Judge of Murky, they are taking control of the pawn, and the combo is ready again. Everything is ready. Light Bomb, Hinterland Blast, Falling Sword, Beast, Storm, and the Feast. It's all here. And there we see it happening. Johanna, however, is cocooned. Divine Storm in the backline. Oh, big! Hinterland Blast, and we do get the counter kill on the Jaina. Cover kill is also pretty low. Leoric falls here too. This is a 2-for-1. Falling Sword comes down after all. And Ankle Shot is gonna die here too. So this is a 3-for-1 in favor of Judge of Murky, who are taking control of point B. And I'm not sure if Sultan Distillery can actually contest over that one again. It is already pretty late in the game. Let the stir makes it just barely out of here. Still trying with a poke damage. Also Johanna is trying to get a little bit of extra damage done here, but Anna was already in the clear. We are seeing 65%, and actually there would be enough time. But I don't think the Distillery is gonna try, or are they? Can we refresh? He's now on his way. If they get Cowboy Kyle in there and sacrifice Leoric, They can have a re-engage, but is it worth it? Oh, it's too late. Cowboy Kyle. Here comes the Cocoon. Ufa is being annihilated, and Orphea is already in the Protector. Johanna is Cocoon, so there's really nobody around. Vigali now goes in. Redbeard, the Cocoon target. I mean, should fall here. I know it's Johanna, but still should fall here. Vector is coming. Oh my god, she's falling. Is she falling out of the sky here? And out of the battle too? Oh, there comes the blind. Okay. 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 In the meantime, however, like Orion, like he doesn't care. Hey, I'm just getting a fort down here. You get kills, I get a fort, our protector is mid. It's getting like completely chunked. And now they need to be careful, there's no healings. Anna made sure for that one. Also that means no self-healing. Light Bomb and Feast being used for the disengage. And we make it out of there. Give a bribe by Farzal on the turret camp. Easy peasy. So both teams have a fort down in the enemy team, and slight advantage for the next point will be on the side of Church of Murky. So since we have no point to retreat, but wait a second, we have a fight here over the healing camp, which leads to a turret drop and a pickup on healing pools instead. So basically a trade. I mean, Suchesui should be happy about that one. They were not there in time anyways to really contest over that, but they made Church of Murky nervous enough that they dropped the turret. Basically the same amount of items now in their hands. It's a really little bit of a bush party attempt here, but they move into the bot lane. I mean, that fort in the bottom lane is also pretty low, so I mean, they can take it out here on the side of Distillery, and point C will be basically completely even. Except for catapults moving in the top lane, so maybe at some point Josh Murky has to react to that one. Oh, that's a very aggressive play, but I like it. But I like it a lot, and they actually get away with that one. Church of Murky with a cheeky play here with invade, unseen by the enemy, and they get it done before they can react to it. Huge in Distillery and Church of Murky facing off here in the top lane. Here it comes. The Light Bomb, the Falling Sword, the Feast, and the Hinterland Blast. Here comes the Divine Storm too. It is a nasty combo, and they find themselves a kill, but they lose Ufa in the process. The mid is very low. Can they get a second kill here on the side of Church of Murky? They are diving hard under this fort here. They do have the minions for now. With the extra healing, and nobody dies on the side of Suchin Distillery, which is a kind of a miracle. But in the end, they... Oh, there goes Jaina. Big damage by Orphea coming out. And the Witz didn't pay attention to that one, so he goes down, and that's an issue. That's a staggered death here at level 19. And with that fort being gone in the top lane, also Trickle XP will be equal now between these two teams. Church of Murky. Hey, Venus, going. You're seeing the infamous Light Bomb Falling Sword combo here. Being played by Church of Murky. They are down one game after an insane first game on Tomb of Spider Queen. Spending a 3% core. Already marching towards the enemy core, and then suddenly losing it still. So that was a really good one. But this one isn't bad either. We are seeing both teams reaching level 20 here. And Church of Murky, they lost the first protector, but they won the second. And they are now on their way to get the third one. question is, how much can we do with it? Level 20 will be soaked up by Sucha Distillery in the meantime. And so far, they still have to find a recipe against this weird combo. But one recipe probably is just give the enemy a protector, so they don't have the pieces they need for it anymore. Anduin and Johanna, they stayed out of it, so they can still do that part. Also, it's coming in with the Interland +2, so... And, I mean, there's also some damage in the protector, right? So, that might still work. We might just see it. Here it comes, Light Bomb. Falling Sword. Oh, the stasis, however, and here comes the Cocoon. Nicely done by the bit with the Ice Block completely dodging that. Anduin here falls the first one, and if this defense is gonna happen, I think it's all on the bit with that insane Ice Block where Leoric falls here. But it is just Leoric. The Protector is down, Redbeard is pretty low. And Sucha Distillery with a big play by Jainer, dodging all the damage and making the defense happen, even defending that keep. But Church of Murky, they have some reserves. They still have another healer and basically 2 tanks available for them. The dude dashes out into the treadmill, and they are not interested in sticking around for the fight over that turret camp. So do we always have to be concerned about this combo now when somebody picks Johanna? Because like she is a very popular hero. You can't go and like ban Anduin every time somebody picks Johanna. That would be nuts. And Church of Murky, they are holding that camp. Johanna is guarding that one. Church of Murky, they are pretty far forward here with only 4 men, and they fall back. They realized it probably at the same time as I did. No team really wants to show right now. I mean, Sucha Distillery they are showing in the bottom, but there's a 5-man stack. Very close formation here, and in the meantime, Church of Murky, they are avoiding their opponents, avoiding both of it. On the top lane. There's just vanilla push here with the beetles and the minions. I think this is gonna be a front wall pretty soon. But Church of Murky, they are coming in here from the top. They did get that front wall, and I mean that basically means whoever is the next protector is probably gonna win the game. Because both his keeps had been opened up. Right open. And it looks like Sucha Distillery, they're gonna clean out this camp first. It had been held by Church of Murky, and so now that leads to a first channel in the hands of Church of Murky. But we are pretty far forward, now rejoins the team. So this combo, it's there again. Ankle shots, taking a lot of damage here. There's no clans available in the hands of Whitebane. Nice ice block again, but it still takes a lot of damage. However, Falset is the first one to fall. The bit so low. I mean, they can still win this on the side of Church of Murky. Especially if they see how low their opponents are. Uther, he does have redemption, so he will be back here. In the meantime, some extra healing. The bit is so low. The only person really with hit points is Anna actually on the side of Sucha Distillery. It's a 4v5, but Uther is back right now. Warfare is also pretty low. There's a turret on the field. On the point, and it looks like Sucha Distillery is finally taking control over this point in a very long 5v4 and they had been looking very low too, so big props here for Leicester keeping everybody alive somehow. Balzard is back in 10 seconds, and I mean this hasn't even really started to be channeling, so he will be back here. Oh, there comes the Ring of Frost, however, the root, the stun. Ufer is dead again, no redemption this time. The feast a little bit too late maybe, because when Ufer was in trouble. They do still have a combo available here. It is all here. Ufer is not really a part of that big combo, so they can try to do this, but there's nobody really there on the side of Distillery. Here comes the Cuckoo, probably a wise decision, just to make sure that this combo is not gonna happen anytime soon. Redbeard tries to Iron Skin out of that one, but his shield is getting annihilated immediately, and so there is a few stuns connecting. Redbeard is still very low. No indestructible on that Johanna either, so the Protector goes in favor. Oh, the big ice block again. Jaina with the place, Hinterland Blast. I think it would have been enough to take her out actually. And Hinterland Blast is back up, so the cooldown reduction is also pretty insane. If you hit a couple of heroes, Hinterland Blast is back up again. Orion. This might be a key part in the defense. Ice block is down now, so if I get some damage on Jaina, maybe she can be the target again. Where some shields by the Protector is going through the mid wall, even though they opened up that bottom lane. Here comes the Buried Alive, but they don't matter, they just walk out of it. Here comes the Ring of Frost, the feast. Ufer is dead. Be fresh. They're looking for him. There's the Light Bomb, the dude. He gets the kill. It is 2, it is 4, it is the full vibe. Church of Murky. They are making not only the defense happen, they might have just won the game out right here. The bottom lane is so open. That keep is already basically down. They just need to go there and chunk it. But they need some tank over there. Dude, he's on his way, but he's like alone. Okay, we're grabbing a turret. This is nice for tanking the keep, but they need to get rid of this keep. And I think they need to try for cover. Maybe waste a little bit too much time here, I don't know. Minions are coming in now, they are still looking for it. Cowboy Kyle sees all of it. Will be back in 3 seconds. Damage on the core now. Shield is gone. Orpheer, everybody's here. They are still not back yet. Still 10 seconds. Core is already down to 5%, 50%, sorry, 40%. Lorik is starting his best with it, Buried Alive. They are swarming out now. And this will not be in time. Church of Murky with another ridiculously close game. And we are going into game number 3. Oh my. What's happening? I'm these two teams where they're giving it their all. This is the second versus the third. We are tied in the series. Another close game. Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm wondering what happens if Distillery goes into the bottom lane there instead. There are no towers there, right? They go directly for keep. I'm gonna ask Distillery now what they want to have. So far the team which picked the map won the game. So maybe a big advantage here for Zul'jin Distillery to have that option. What is actually left? I mean, we have Braxis, we have Dragonshire, Infernal Shrines, and Powers. I think we can win here. Over a 20-minute game at least. So, 1-1. So neither team is gonna get the domination tonight. Yep, that's the beer. It looks like this. Owl. Good one. Don't hate it. Alright. The Zul'jin Distillery will go with the first pick. So I looked at what's left and I decided bring it. So taking a look here at the standings. The Church of Murky they can go even with the first place. Zul'jin Distillery they can overtake Church of Murky. That's what it's all about now. And we have a choice. Church of Murky. They bring us to Towers of Doom. And what better way is there to close out the series? Which had been insane so far, so now we are going to the map which is infamous for being to the wire. Riding the teams here for one last dance. What else to say? I don't know. A lot of cool games going on tonight, I'm pretty sure about that. But this one, probably the craziest. Alright, both teams are here. I'm ready. Towers of Doom. Indeed. And I'm expecting single digits of hit points on both teams when it's done. And both teams are having fun here. Definitely. Like in chat, we appreciate the good games. Whatever. Or like Towers of Boom. So, we're waiting for our teams to get ready here. I guess they have taken a little bit of a break. It was a pretty intense last game again. And I don't blame him. We are in here now almost 90 minutes, 1.5 hours, and the game hasn't even started yet, so this will be a solid 2 hours evening for both of these teams. And they are East Coast, right? Well, it's getting late over here. It's like 11 right now. Okay, we have both teams ready. Here we go. I mean, what can you say? Towers of Doom. That's gonna be another good one, I'm pretty sure about that. So, first ban again in the hands of Sujin Distillery. Will we see that combo being banned out? Was it good enough to respect ban that? Stick to the Diablo ban. I mean, one soft way to ban that combo would have been to keep Diablo in the game and let one pick it, and then you can't do it anymore, right? So this time the heroic ban on the side of Church of Murky. I mean, they are sick of it, so they have seen him twice now in the enemy team. And they said, no, not again. So Zulch and Distillery, they are working on improving that win rate. They have 1 game won and 1 game lost, so that's better than 42%. Okay, for that is so Zulch and Distillery, they just banned Diablo and KTC every game. They don't even care about what happened. They just keep banning out these 2 heroes. Is targeting the tank here on the side of the church. Alpha's now being taken out here. We saw what he can do on Doom of the Spider Queen. I wanna see what Boom do. Alright. So Keflas, and they pick up maybe Orpheus this time. No Orpheus, no KTZ for the dude. And if I remember correctly, that probably means Li Ming, unless he gets banned out. He could also move into a Maiev. That's an option. Let's see. Sylvanas for the map pressure is being picked up here by Church Murky. Getting ulting. I mean, this is a good series. This is a really good series. It's like, it feels like finals, but it's not finals. It's just a flex game. If every flex game goes like this, I'm gonna cast flex games. Rain ATC being picked up. So we see the Marsh Pit into Feast on the side of Sujin Distillery. That's a pretty obvious one, but we also have an Uberak who has like 3 interrupts for that alone, and Sylvanas has another one, so maybe not even Marsh Pit. Maybe it's just a solo lane ETC. But it is Ankle Shot who picked him, so that points at having the main tank ETC. Ronan agrees. I'm not 100% sure about what, but I'm happy about it. And here comes the end ban. So, no light bomb for and sword combo this time. None is being banned out. Also a healer ban. And here comes the Willy Ming for the dude. Stukov. I'm actually surprised that Stukov isn't being picked more. Looking at that win rate. Rexa on Cowboy Kyle. No Lurk this time, got banned out. So gonna go with a Rexer, and instead of Anna, which was banned out again, also. I don't know. So they're gonna go the Viewer, and that means Holy Cow is available. All interrupts don't matter if you just de-shield your cow. We are looking for a solo Zool. Zool against Zul'jin Distillery. I love it. Church of Murky delivers. I see no swaps. Actually, I do see a swap. Orphea is going over to ankle shot. This, I think, at least. And David Ghost plays VTC. So, tank mage swap here. Also swapping compared to the previous games. And I think that was the original configuration of Zul'jin Distillery. When I casted them before, I did not remember David being on mage. I think he always played with tank. So they are going back to the roots here. Even though they do not play Vanilla Furion. And they put David back on tank. But in the blue, it is Church of Murky looking for the reverse sweep. Redbeard on Zul, Orion on Sylvanas, Gully on Stuk of Shock on Anubrak, and the dude on Li Ming. And the other side in the red, it is David on ETC, Ankle Shot on Orphea. Be fresh. Playing Reina, Cowboy Kyle in the solo lane as Rexer, and Blood of Star on Lufer. And yes, it is Zul. Zul makes his appearance here, not Murky, but a Zul instead. Lurok getting chunked pretty hard here, and both of these teams going hard into each other. Orphea first, actually that was Misha, I'm sorry. Misha first one to fall, which is worth about 1 million. Yeah, it's like 1 million. So losing Misha early game, like, doesn't even matter at all. It's good for your self-esteem, or to kill the bear, but it's not worth much. As usual with these things you do for self-esteem. They are not worth much. David with an aggressive slide here, hits nobody, walks back. And Zul actually with a double soak in top mid. While Judge of Murky looking for an invade, or at least catching somebody on rotation here, be fresh. It's wondering what's going on in this bush. Well, it's a beetle. First, quick pickup here on the side of Church of Murky. They do get the pumpkin separatists, while Zul is just continue to soak top and mid. And they find themselves a little bit of trouble over here with Jude. Finds Zul'jin Distillery's entire team. Minus the solo laner, of course. And almost goes down, but Shock with the burrow in saves him. And that means the beetle dies in the end. Probably, I don't know, could have gotten out, but decided to stick around a little bit. First blood goes in favor of Zul'jin Distillery. And Redbeard is in trouble too with that root. That was an important one, I think. Not sure if the slide had been used already, but if that slide was not used and that root doesn't come out, that's a dead Zul. Actually interesting that we now see Reaper on the other side. I mean, that has to be for VTC. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't think he's really that great right now. especially in prolonged fights, so it has to be for the Holy Cow combo. Refresh starts with channel. Zul and Rex are trading out in the top lane. A little bit behind, but Rexa doesn't even care about coming down here. Both of them stick in the top lane. And Zul'jin Distillery, they have a little bit of advantage here in the fight as well as in XP. Big silence coming out, making sure that everybody stays alive. Refresh, still on the hunt. Rifling away. And the second channel goes in favor of Zul'jin Distillery. 32 to 36. Judge of Murky rotations are real. Yeah, they go with the Zul double soak here and just keep up the pressure on the bottom in the meantime. I think that's a pretty cool strategy. Ufa is actually disconnected. Let us start again. No pause being used. Here we go now. Ufa finds his grave after a disconnect. We saw that happening in the first game too. it's not right. So that evens the score when it comes to kills. And we continue. And between Sylvanas, Li Ming, and Anurak, we actually have a lot of damage on these structures whenever the enemy team leaves. So Zul'jin Distillery, they have to be on their toes here, but they do not get too much damage in that bottom lane. The next camp is on its way already. The counter camp is available for them in 10 seconds. Give it with an aggressive slide, does not hit, not connect. And you can see it here, Zul with a double soak. And they're keeping up that soak actually. It is 10,000 to 11,000, so considering that they stick around for 4 mana in the bottom most of the time, that is actually pretty good. Anurak might have dived a little bit too far, however. They are looking good still. Ankle Shot is actually in trouble here on that Orpheus. Dude dishing out the damage, and we have a first damage on that fort. Oh, Sylvanas turns that off. Ankle Shot is pretty low. Big combo hits by the dude on Orpheus. And now, with Zul'jin Distillery being reasonably chunked, I wouldn't be surprised if they let this one go. But it doesn't seem like it. Ufa goes back in with his team. And actually, what's the hammer for Lightbringer? Okay. Going with these auto attacks for mana. And oh, the fight is everywhere, it's all over the place. Misha is getting a little bit low. Rex, however, dies here. Abandoned by the bear. A little bit of poke coming out, but now Orion should be able to channel this through. And look at Judge of Murky, they are just going after his camp here. Evening the score when it comes to shots. Distillery cannot do much except for watching that one. Raynor and Rexer are back on the field. Orpheus, however, is in the top lane right now. ETC is in the mid lane, so there's not much defense happening. I mean, this fort is gonna fall. 2 separate minions here. Level 10 is also being locked in right now. For Church of Murky, we do see Skeleton Mages, Wave of Force, the Wailing Arrow Cocoon, and the Massive Shove on Stukov. And all the other heroes, we didn't pick anything. All these five ults, only Stukov. He has a lot of buttons to press right now. Alright, level 10s for Zul'jin Distillery. We see, of course, the Mosh Pit and the D-Shield. Then there's the Feast and Raynor's Raider. Actually, I wouldn't have mind her IPR in here too. Just to be sure. Unleash the Boars. Keep everybody grounded. Here comes a shove by Bigali on the roofer. Little support interaction going on here, and it looks like Church of Murky, they can defend with enemy fort for now. Only 3 deaths so far in this game. Rex are pushing in the top lane, but Redbeard is keeping up the Zork so far. When it comes to minion, it's very even still. I mean, I'm pretty impressed by that, to be honest. The fort falls in the end. I mean, it's not even, like, Zul is actively pushing in mid lane too. Oh, here goes Li Ming, however, I'm not sure how that one happened. It was not the Holy Cow combo. Li Ming is down, so that probably means they have to give this one up. Skeleton Mage is coming out, however, Redbeard, he is here. He wants to make this a 4v4. Here comes Rex, however, making it an uneven fight now. Will Church of Murky leave here? No, Anubrak falls first, and now they make a retreat. So, a sacrifice form of a beetle had been made. And it's 28 to 31. Oh, that's a big shove here on ETC. And we have not seen that big combo coming out just yet. Oh, David! He was looking for it, but the interrupt is there. He didn't hit anybody anyways. I mean, he was basically standing in front of the towers. Actually, I don't think I would have interrupted that. Like, just let the towers get some shots. Towers want to have some fun too. But I do get it. I mean, you hear the sound, you just interrupt. You don't know who's in there, right? Maybe somebody is in trouble. More like you hear it, you do it. Alright, so Church of Murky, they are all here on the boss, and this is gonna put the enemy on Martha's Heart 27, so almost even. And now it is actually Suju and Distillery which are pushing down the bottom lane. Hey, Ronder! Thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoy the series. It's a nuts. So nuts. It's so close. Both these teams. They are really on the same level, and they're showing it here. I wouldn't be surprised if they just trade this. Nobody tries to invade the enemy team. Why should they? They're just poking through these bushes a little bit. Symmetrical play here by both of them. And we're going to 24 to 23. Give it with a slide in again. And the aggressive one made it. It actually works because Zul is still in the top lane pushing that one in. And so it is a 4v5 here because Rexer made the rotation into the bottom lane. However, the runners and the Ming, they're about to clear this pretty hard. Here comes the Cocoon on Uther, who is stepped up. Oh, the combo by Li Ming misses, as well as the silence. So Uther, he just waltzes out of there. Oh, but he was looking for it, but there was nobody around. As soon as the ETC slides and you see all of Church of Murky rapidly dispersing, not giving him anything. And this must be very frustrating on the side of Suju and Distillery. They do not get this miracle marsh. Take firm control of this map here. Church of Murky, they're making a good job of not clumping up. But Suju and Distillery, they have a bottom one. Hey, how are you doing? So, Suju and Distillery, they do have a bottom forward, and this puts them in a really good position to get a double channel here. And 10 shots on the enemy core, which would catapult them pretty far forward. And we actually see Rexa going for the enemy one, and why not? Here comes the Mosh now with the holy cow combo. The Feast is very true. Can they get the kill? They do get the kill on the Nubarak. Here comes Sukov pushing out ETC to the end of the world, basically. And Rexa, in the meantime, just casually channeling top left. And now it's going back to top right. And just gets in with 10 shots for his team. Why there is one person dead on the side of Church of Murky. I mean, this is gonna be a 15 shot play, and this is huge for Sewage and Distillery. They put just suddenly themselves ahead by 16 points. No, that's 14, I'm sorry, math is hard. 14 points after being down 1 point before, so this is crazy. Church of Murky, they have to dig deep now to come back into this game. First standing order should be to try to get back the top, bottom 40. You can see the pings. The Root is already landing all the spells on it, and Zul is keeping up the rotations in top mid. That's his job for the entirety of this game, with occasional team fighting in the bottom lane. But the defense of Zulch and Distillery is pretty strong, and for now they do not have to worry so much about the double soaking, because they have a pretty good stronghold here, which they want to keep up. That's more important than any soaking. We can even see Rexa in the minimap pushing down that top lane, getting another fall into the hands of Zulch and Distillery. Orion in trouble here. Here comes Redbeard. He's gonna fall. Zul is dead. Rexa in the meantime converting top, so they might even give up this one. I mean, they have to, but they are still on 5 forwards. This is finally converted, but it did cost them a lot on the side of Church of Murky. At least they have this key fort back. And the Holy Cow combo is back up. Devil takes a little bit of damage here by Li Ming. And so now the question is, like, how do you play around this? And Ubrag is back, so maybe just a quick cool on that Uther, and then ETC can do whatever he wants. As long as you have the interrupt available, and there are so many heroes who can actually do it. ETC, all 4 channels through, that's another 5 shots. They are now on 4. Oh, that mosh pit goes on a short cooldown. D-shield had not been used, and massive shove had been used here. So, oh, triple stun by Misha, Bigali, Orion and the Dude all in trouble suddenly. Misha is maybe gonna fall here. Yeah, is going to fall. And this is actually GG, because in the meantime, Zuch Distillery just sneak it. Oh my god. I was expecting single digits at the end of this game on both courts, but Zuch Distillery, they just suddenly flipped the switch and shadowed 25 shots in quick succession. Like, what's even happening? Whew. Wow. Alright, so let's update a few scores here. See what brings us. So we have Virgin Distillery taking it home. The 2-1 over their opponents. And it also means that they get 2 points for the series. Brings us here. Okay. So this is not smart. Ah, I can do this. Alright. Here we go. That wasn't too hard. Alright. Impressive series from the top teams in the division, absolutely. I mean, it's pretty good. Okay. Let's see if we can get somebody of Surge Industry into an interview here. That was pretty. That was a really good series. Wow. They absolutely delivered. Alright, so if you have questions to Yvette or anybody else of the Surge Industry team, throw it into the chat. However silly it might be. Okay, we see a lot of people in Discord writing to each other. Both teams pretty happy about the series. I guess Surge Industry is a little bit more happy about it, but Church of Murky, they gave it their all too. And Towers of Doom, ironically, the most decisive map if you want to. But it was all happening when Surge Industry got that bottom fort down all of a sudden, and yeah, channeling 15 shots. I mean, that's a pretty hard blow, and still keeping that fort up in the bottom lane. That was a neckbreaker on the side of Church of Murky. They didn't recover from that one in time. I mean, if they had only channeled like 10 shots on the side of Surge Industry, I think you would have seen a much longer game, actually, because eventually that bottom fort is gonna fall back, right, to Church of Murky, and then suddenly anything is possible. On Towers of Doom, everything is possible. So I don't see anybody coming in here. So maybe no interview. I don't know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was super fun to cast. I'm looking forward for both of these teams. Continue here in the next gaming series number 7. I'm guessing we will see both of them in the playoffs too. Maybe they will play each other again, and maybe we'll see some cool things happening. Like maybe we even see a Murky pick. I mean, if you called Church of Murky, but there has to be some Murky picks too. So closing the stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a nice Monday evening.